Morning, Eric here, Driveline. Good morning. It's actually 1900, which is good morning for me. I got a lot of noises happening right now, so I apologize if you're hearing all kinds of hums and buzzes and rumbles. Replay gang, I'll get into it. JDQ, what's up, Jacob? Congratulations, as I said to you last night. Congratulations. Jacob got a, well, go watch his video. I don't want to give too much of away, but go watch JDQ Transportation. Go watch his video, and you'll see what he has going on. My other phone's dead, so I can't track comments. I'm gonna have to try to read this. Daniel, what's up? Golden Boy, what's going on, man? Haven't talked to you for a while. Trailblazer Super Bowl's on. Man, when the Bears lost, I lost interest. I ain't trying to watch the Super Bowl. I got work to do, dude. Now, if the Bears were in the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be going to get this load right now. Awesome. It's cold outside. Maybe the burning freight will heat us up. 412, what's up? What's up, guys? First, let me address the absence. Man, I'm on a YouTube sabbatical. I'm still on a YouTube sabbatical. Like, I just don't... I'll get into it in a future video. I just, everything's good, though. Everything's really good. David Paulson, Prime Freight is on fire. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, bro. So I turned into the snowman. Yeah, by the way, it is cold here, dude. I'm sitting in Ohio. I went and took a toll plaza shower this morning at the Ohio Toll Plaza. Those showers are actually they're not bad, dude, for a free shower. And they had just cleaned all 4 of them, so it was perfect timing. But it is currently like 6 degrees. And I'm having to run a dry out on this trailer because it's got a solid sheet of ice on the bottom. Anyway, welcome in. If you're watching this during the Super Bowl, hopefully I can give you some stuff to ponder. And if you're watching a replay, gang, welcome in. Kevin's texting me right now. I had AI make a song called Toll Plaza Shower, and it's hilarious. I sent it to Kevin. Okay, so I might make a video, a regular video about this. But there's just so much chatter out there, about mega carriers and there's all this chatter about, how Prime Freight is apparently on the up and up. Man, whoever super chatted, I cannot see. For old times. For old times. Oh, Jacob, thanks, man. Let me get some thoughts out for the replay gang. Then I'll try to read these comments. I wish I had my other phone. But thanks, Jacob. Jacob, I'll get that catfish and shrimp platter that we were talking about the other day. Anyway, so first let me tell you what has been my experience these last few weeks, and then I'll relay what I'm hearing from others. And it's a lot of others too. It's not just 1 or 2 others, Prime drivers. So I had a devastating week when that storm hit a couple weeks ago. Just devastating. My alternator went out on my APU, and I knew it was coming. I told Jenna I could sense it because the day or 2 before the alternator went out, it just wasn't getting my batteries charged. So I kind of knew it was coming. I mean, it was basically just always on, you know, and my batteries are fine, but it just wasn't getting them fully charged. And I could just sense something was going on. And then the alternator went out. Now the alternator went out that Thursday before the blizzard and the ice storm and all that shit hit. And I couldn't get into a Thermo King. Manuka couldn't get me in. I was outside St. Louis. So I just bobtailed down to Springfield because they couldn't immediately load me. And we had a massive storm coming and severe cold, and I was not going to sit, you know, without any ability to run my APU. So I idled that whole day. Then I idled the next day when I got to Prime. And, you know, my truck's getting up 430,000 miles or so. I really don't want to, I didn't want to sit and idle it for a week. Although if it gets below 5, I do idle my truck just because I don't want to start it in that kind of temperature. But so right now I'm kind of borderline above where I would run my APU. So I got to Springfield, and because I got to Springfield on a Friday, I was basically trapped. I was trapped. That storm hit. The Prime shop couldn't get me in right away. They had an appointment for Saturday, so I ended up going over to Thermo King, and they got me right in and got the alternator taken care of, which was good. But then the storm hit that night, and I was trapped. And freight was so messed up. It was really messed up. By Monday, there were so many trucks that were stuck there and trying to get out that I ended up just bobtailing out to Olney, and I didn't get a single, not one. I think I had one trip on that week for like $700, and it was brutal. So I was kind of tripping out, like, oh man, how bad is this going to be? How bad is this going to get? Andy, what's up, man? Hey, Andy, we're still doing voice chats every night. I mean, I don't get into the Discord server to have like a lot of text conversation, but I've still been getting in there. I miss you, man. So I thought is this just going to be really bad? Because I had kind of a mediocre week the week before. But since that time, I've had the strongest, best 2 weeks for my trucks, not just this truck, my trucks. The strongest couple of solo weeks that I've ever had at Prime. My Peterbilt, he's likely to see, he's already at $8,000. He'll be at $8,000 gross revenue to the truck tomorrow. Now, granted, he started a load a little bit earlier in the week, but he'll be at $8,000 gross tomorrow to that truck. And he'll have plenty of time to get another load or two on. So these two weeks have just been unbelievable. And it's not just that there's lots of loads and we just keep getting reloaded. But it's also that the rates are going up. And I know this for a fact because of the load that I'm picking up tonight. I was talking to Kevin about it last night. I ran this load in, I think, November. Same trip, same load, same product, same pickup customer, same drop customer. It's paying 40 cents more, 40 cents higher than it did in November. Exact same load. I went and looked it up. So we're seeing rates tick up, and we're also seeing volumes tick up. And I know that that's kind of happened across the industry, but I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm just getting into it. Maybe I'm just getting into the matrix and getting into the groove, and things are going well. Then we hear from Big Andy. He's experiencing the same. We hear from who else was? There's been like 4 or 5 drivers. Jason, T-Town, Mike, a whole bunch of drivers over the last couple of nights have been saying the same thing. That the last couple of weeks have been now these guys are, 4 years or less with Prime. I'm at 1 million miles. So I've got 7 years under my belt, but these guys are 4 years or less, but they're saying it's the best couple of weeks that they've ever had. And it's February, guys. It's February. Like we're right smack in the first quarter of the year. This is supposed to be the worst time for freight. Um, so, you know, at first, right after the winter storm, I thought, okay, this is, you know, coming back from the storm. Freight's trying to get its shit in gear. Then it's persisted on. In fact, I'm having to fight off loads, and I'm having to fight off good loads. Here's one for you. I took what was it? I took a McDonough. What was that? McDonough cold storage to, where did I take that? Somewhere in Orlando. I can't remember the name of the place I took it. That one paid $4 a mile. And then I got a Martin Bauer load of just hamburger buns from Orlando, Martin Bauer, to Jacksonville. If you guys have ever gotten that load is amazing. 19,000 pounds or something like that. That paid $700 for 140 miles. Drop and hook in Jacksonville at that cold storage. Then they tried to get me to run a load back to Martin Bauer in Orlando, paying the same $700 for 140 miles of just the empty trays. It was just a dry trailer with the empty trays. Now, the reason that I didn't run that is because maybe it actually ended up being a good it was a gamble. But I thought, man, I just got in and out of Florida in the best round trip that I've ever had in and out of Florida. I don't want to push my luck. Know when to hold them, when to fold them. It was a Friday. So I said, listen, that load, it's awesome. It's amazing. I think I'm going to go to Brunswick and get a truck wash and a washout and see what's in Savannah. And I ended up getting a banger out of Savannah, paying $3 a mile from Savannah to Detroit. So I'm like fighting off really good loads, and then they just keep getting replaced with good loads. So, it's probably not everybody at Prime. I'm sure there's some that are just, but I'm just telling you, everybody that I talk with on the phone, on the regular, is telling me that Prime is absolutely rocking right now as far as volumes. Now, I expect that some of our big customers like Tyson and some of those, I expect the contract rates are going to protect them right now. So you're going to see the spot market go up, and they're going to be protected. And that's fine, honestly, because Tyson and those companies took care of us when we needed it. They split loads and created extra loads, and they've always helped us when it's on the other side. So I think those big contracts will probably not see rate increases, but a lot of the smaller, not as big customers, our rates are like, this load I'm picking up tonight, I was dumbfounded because I've picked up at this place probably 25, 30 times over the last 7 years. And this is by far the best rate I've ever seen out of there, ever. And it's in February. So in my experience, and most of the drivers I know right now, we're having just an amazing couple weeks. And I'm probably already at the point to where I would normally go home, but I'm just keeping rocking because we're in a matrix right now, so I don't know, man. So many comments. I told you guys I needed to get those thoughts off my chest. Cannot see this damn phone. Did you see Prime on Bonehead today? It was wild. No, I don't really watch much of anything these days. Let's see. I'm going to try to catch up here. So anyway, for the replay gang, that's my live update. Oh yeah, and thanks for the super chat, Andy. I appreciate that. Jared finally doing a live while at home watching Super Bowl and getting kids stuff ready for school. You could always watch a replay, dude. I'm gonna have to replay. Okay, there you go. I think that's where I left off. We got a decent South Louisiana. Man, Jacob, that storm was, I dealt with it, dude. I dealt with the full brunt of that storm for the whole week. Vaping servers once in a while. Let's see. Jen, I hate people. Yeah. Damn, I heard that Discord was smacking for a minute too. Well, it's still, the Discord is still there. I don't run it. It's now Kevin's Discord server, and it's not associated with me. Too much drama. People can't handle themselves. People can't be adults. Andy, this month is okay. Okay, but Andy, wouldn't you agree? Because Andy, you've been at Prime twice as long as me. Wouldn't you agree that even if your February is okay, that's way better than, oh my God, it's February and we're just getting, bitch slapped. By the way, this toll plaza has Starbucks. I prefer Caribou coffee, but Starbucks is pretty good. Jacob, congrats on the 1,000,000 miles. Yeah, man. Charles, what's up? Charles, you thinking about coming back, dude? Really? You got that cushy Walmart job and you're thinking about coming back to Prime? Damn, bro. Let's see here. Don't know what message was deleted. Somebody was timed out and deleted. Let's see. I can't even think straight right now how my wife needed my Jeep, so I'm sitting inside my truck while it warms up. It's been 10 degrees for 45 minutes right now. 412, where are you at? Jeremy, I run 2 loads a week out of a steel mill with a cash truck, no DEF, make 4,500 a week. Nice. Jeremy, what mill you run? Let's see. Nucor? Okay. I feel like I've heard of Nucor. Laying some pipe. And there's people, even people in this chat apparently can't be adults. Blytheville, Arkansas. Okay. Oh, it's Jeremy. Let's see. Trying to catch up. Sorry, guys. Last year's blizzard, we got smashed. We got over. Oh, yeah, I remember that in Louisiana. I remember that, dude. Andy, it took me 20 minutes to drive a mile from the receiver to Walmart. No traction. Then I got buried in a few hours. Oh, during that big storm? Is that what you're talking about? Better than the last 2 years? Yeah, for sure. John, Jenna being a bit testy. Yeah, Jenna has no patience for children who can't be adults. I don't either anymore. Someone get Jenna a coffee. Mr. Not Nice, what's up, Kamar? Andy, Jed will just drink it and thank you. Hey, Andy, I think, oh yeah, we told you. We told you that we told Jed, so he knows. Not yet, Andy. I have not tried them yet. You might have heard I don't have a bean grinder in the truck. I heard me mention Nucor a couple times. I frequent them. Okay, so that's probably, yeah. Where's 412? Probably still in the closet. Dude has soft hands. Damn! Shots fired. Just got back into America. Oh, you went to Canada? Shots fired. Yeah, I got just caught up in every bit of that storm. The reason I ended up going to Olney is because that Monday they put a load on me that, or tried to put a load on me that was going to New Albany, Mississippi. I pulled up traffic cameras from Memphis to New Albany that Monday after the ice storm had passed through. And it was like 1 a.m, just miles and miles of traffic cameras were standstill trucks and traffic, not moving. That stretch of the interstate was, there's probably like 20 or 30 miles worth stretch of the interstate that you could not, it just wasn't going to happen. And there's really no way to go around. It's warmer in Canada than PA. Oh, yeah, Kamar, here's the thing. How is it? I was in Detroit this morning, and man, and I'm out there cranking frozen landing gear and shit. It was like 2 degrees outside Detroit, feels like -5. Out there cranking landing gear, and when I pulled up load choice, there was a load that was going to Minnesota. And I thought about it, because I had already said no to one that was delivering in Minneapolis, but this one was going further south in Minnesota. So I pull up weather real quick, and I'm trying to look at weather, and it was like in the upper 40s in Minnesota all week. So how is it that Minnesota is the warmer place to go right now? Since when has that been the case? Let's see. Did you know JBG Travels channel, he died this week, had really? I did not know that. I've never heard of that channel. Bet the grease and landing gear was the consistency of concrete. Yes, it was, Jacob. Yes, it was. Dude. Yes, it was. And not only that, not only was my landing gear frozen, my fifth wheel lock was frozen, and it had 44,000 pounds of flooring in the trailer. Never heard him, but honestly, I only follow my 3-year-old now. Yeah. And Kamar, Andy needs an Uber. He needs an Uber. I don't know. I got all kinds of people asking me to make videos again, but I think the one that motivated me was Scotty. Put a video up yesterday, and I did his PSD training. Good dude, really good dude, and that kind of motivated me. I might get back into it. Right now I just don't really, my priority is my family and my trucks, you know. And that's all going really well. The Kamar app. Oh man, Kamar, I forgot to send you something. Maybe I did send it to you. I actually found a video of a guy boxing a kangaroo. Did I send that to you? I meant to send it to you. Now, let me put it this way. It did not go well for the guy. John, he was the one who got me watching trucking videos, saw a location in VA that I know real well. Yeah, I've never heard of him, but that's horrible. Did he die? Was it a crash or natural causes or something like that? Who wants Texas Roadhouse? Bro, I got Texas Roadhouse butter in my truck, man. This right here, this is where it's at. I cook steaks on my truck. On the regular, air fry them, and then put some of that Texas Roadhouse butter on them. Boy, it's good. This morning, I air fried, I half pound of ground beef, and then I scrambled 3 eggs in the microwave. Jenna told me that I could do that, and I was like, what? I can scramble eggs in a microwave? So yesterday morning in Kentucky, I Walmart Plus and restocked a bunch of stuff, and I got 18 eggs, and I did half pound of ground beef, 3 scrambled eggs, a little bit of cheese, some pico de gallo, and some green hot avocado salsa. Oh, dude. It was so damn good. Let's see. Truck behind a wreck. Okay. Apparently fell out of his cab at shipper. Wow. That's horrible, dude. Don't fry Twinkies, but I've had fried Twinkies. Done more Florida. I gotta try and get the inverter done tomorrow. Are you switching inverters, Andy? Are you doing did you get the one we got? Jenna says they literally scramble eggs in a microwave for Remy, our German Shepherd, all the time. I know, I never like made that connection somehow. Kamara, how did they convince who to go to Florida? Andy or me? I wanted to go to Florida, dude. You got to remember, I had just come through a week of just frozen hell, dude. I would have taken damn near anything to Florida. When I was in Orlando, it was 73 degrees. Oh boy, ain't even make it off the bottom step of his truck before he was laying on the ground. Wow. Convince me they won't touch my power inverter. I don't have a choice. What do you mean, Andy? I haven't purchased on an inverter. I'll let them use their stuff. Oh. Man, I changed my own, dude. 412. Yeah, Scotty boy, yep. He put a video up last night. Oh, at Freightliner? Kamar, I'm in the cold right now, dude. I'm about to get out of it. Oh, talking to Andy. Okay. Just took my temp fever. Oh. Yeah, it was a shocking experience. Because my truck doesn't have a battery cutoff switch. Now I can go down there and unplug it all from the batteries, but Brian said, "No, man, you don't have to. Just make sure they don't touch each other, you know." So I went to, I took the cables off the old inverter and then put the negative on and then went to put the positive on, and boy, it was fireworks. I was freaking the F out. So I call him. I'm like, hey, this thing just like shot sparks all over the place here in my cab. And he goes, oh yeah, that's normal. I was like, dude, you should have told me that, dude. He's like, it's going to do that when it creates its circular, current through the inverter. I was like, you should have told me that, dude. I would have really liked to have known that was coming. I would not recommend, if you do it the way that Brian and I had to do it, because neither of us can cut off our batteries without going in there and manually unplugging everything. Do what I did, dude. Not only did I put gloves and socks on the end of both sides and had something between them to make sure they didn't touch each other. And I was still extremely careful. Jacob, when it completes the circuit, it does that. Yeah, Jacob, I didn't know that. I don't know anything about electrical. I didn't know that was going to happen. It scared the shit out of me, dude. I fell on my ass. So yeah, but man, that inverter is so nice. It's really nice. I mean, Andy, I've told you on the phone, but the inverter that Prime puts in these trucks would not run my water boiler or my air fryer. And that pure sine inverter that I've got in here now runs my air fryer no problem. I can do a steak 13 minutes on each side, have the TV on, Wi-Fi on, all that stuff, no problem whatsoever. It's got a little 5-bar meter to show you what the draw is on it. It's kind of, I mean, it's not going to be extremely accurate, you know, but little 5 lights. And they never exceed 3 lights and it says functioning normal. They never exceed 3 lights when I'm running that air fryer. And my water boiler doesn't phase it at all. I could never run an air fryer for 30 minutes on the Prime inverter. And Jim has one on my Peterbilt too. He has the same inverter. So anyway. All right, what time is it? I gotta go see if that reefer's dried out. I'm picking up a dry load, but it had a solid sheet of ice in the trailer. 7:35, yeah, I should probably get going here in a few minutes. But anyway, for the replay gang, if you made it this far, all signs indicate that this might be a good time to get into trucking. I can't speak to tanker or flatbed, although I saw Craig Fuller over at FreightWaves was posting that flatbed freight's picking up too, but I don't have any experience with that. And I can only speak to Prime's freight network, but it seems pretty strong and legit right now, and we're only in February. And from everything we're seeing out there, this is going to just continue getting better and be strong through the summer, I hope. See, my inverter was factory installed. It's why Prime won't touch it, they said, because I have the house set up. It's not as simple as swapping the inverter. Oh, so you need the bigger gauge wires and all that? Scatterboo. Yeah, I know some flatbedders, dude. I know a lot of flatbedders. I just don't run flatbed freight. I only, speak to what I'm familiar with, and I'm only familiar with Prime refrigerated freight. That's what I haul. So I've got a super cold that I'll have to deal with tonight and tomorrow, and then I'll be back down south in warm, and then the temperatures for the next week or two seem pretty good almost everywhere. So my bunk heater is absolutely cranking right now, but I'm hoping I don't have to use that much anymore for the next week or two. That'd be really nice. That day in Florida, I had to actually run my AC because it was full sun and 73 degrees, and I sleep during the day, so it was just heating this truck up. What is south? I'm not going to say what south is. I'll say it after I go south. South enough. Put it that way. Definitely south enough. All right, you guys, I got to get rolling. I will try to talk myself into making YouTube videos, if anything, just so that people stop asking. Not that I'm mad if you ask me to make videos, but think I get asked every day. You don't remember how to get there? You know how to get there. Just go south. All right, guys, be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.